What is going on, everybody? And Rhodes, I must say this. I figured out why you couldn't find the network stream.
You
on
mean
Rumble.
the Rumble stream?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I accidentally set it up on the sports channel on Rumble.
Oh.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
like 4,000
Well-
followers. I was like, we don't have 4,000 followers on network channel.
There it is, right there. The problem is,
Yeah.
who's
I messed
who's
it
actually
up.
subscribed there?
But on locals, I actually sent it to I sent the link to Rumble. So I completely messed this up. That's happened on Sports Wars quite a few times. Ryan set up the Sports Wars stream on the Geeks and Gamers channel on Rumble instead of
Oh, okay.
this happened
Okay.
several times. So
Well,
yeah, I
happens.
messed it up.
This guys, not an exact science. No, we're not going to claim it is. It happens.
No.
You know. So
Not exact science. This was supposed to be strictly on Black and White Network and the Matrix and Roadshow because we got some entertainment stuff. And now it's on the sports channel on Rumble, and we don't really have any sports to talk about. Sorry. Oh, well.
yeah, well, it's okay. Hey, for all the people that subscribed on Rumble for Black and White Sports, I guess you will get I can preview my next big video coming to Black and White Sports 2. I wish that channel had a different name now.
It used to be
got to
Black
do
and White Live.
It's got to do with Tom Brady, the Raiders, and why Josh McDaniels might have got fired.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So it's very interesting. I was like, what? Okay.
Interesting.
It's bombshell-like. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
So anyway, I've been over there busting my ass on that channel. I'm trying to grow that channel for us. Yeah.
Yeah, that channel saved us last month.
I don't know if you noticed. Do you notice we've got 600 more subs over there for the last month than we do on the big channel?
We
I
do?
was like, what?
I knew that we didn't get a lot of subs on the main sports channel. I knew that. I don't remember how many subs did we get on the main sports channel. I have no idea.
Like 800, and we got like
That's like
1,400 over on the.
That's like a record low, man.
Yeah,
to that channel.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, we had a nice comeback to end the month on that channel, but man, boy, YouTube. And you know what? It's probably not just us. Jeremy from the Corner was talking about the last month on this channel has been like the worst in years. And we were talking about man, it's pretty bad on Black and White Sports. Even though we finished strong over there, it was rough. It was rough.
It was ugly. And just to let everybody know before we get into the who's here and who's not, guys, we've been trying to stream for like 6 weeks, I promise. We really have. But we think maybe we figured out an angle. 3 p.m. Monday and Wednesdays. Isn't that what we're thinking right now?
But we didn't really say a date. You just said like the stream that I was kind of like this morning. I was like, you want to go live? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good time because it allows us to actually still get our work done, which was kind of the problem with this.
The morning stream was taking away recording time for Rhodes.
For me, yeah. My primary recording time is like, 6:30 a.m. to about 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., 5 p.m. And all of a sudden you rip out an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes, and all of a sudden I get to the end of the day, I'm like, shit, I might have 4 videos recorded already.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But it's good to be here. Good to be here. Let's see who we got. We got some people watching over here on Rumble. And WWG is here, says, good afternoon. A. Ramos Jr. says, hey, guys. And we got quite a few people over here on Black and White Network. People are still rolling in. Go ahead, Rose. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, Joe Bob Purdue, Mrs. Rance, the two of us. Forrest says, welcome back. Alicia Hill, hello from Boston. Ismail Ruiz, JAW Media TV. Mike Singh, Charles Show, Papa Cotton LXX, Econ Ease, and Christopher Luttrell Bernie Gore just checked in, and I don't know. There's probably going to be some different names because it's a different time of the day too.
Yeah.
So because some of these names I noticed are different than some of the morning names, of course. Plus, people aren't used to us going live at this time of the day, so I don't know.
Yep.
Anyway, here we are. We're back.
Yep.
We're back. I'm back.
And over on the Matrix and Road show, we got Econ Ease is here. It says long time no here. Yeah, it's been content is very, very. It's been very, very light over there, to say the least. So last week we actually put up like 3 videos over there. Yeah.
So can I not see? Like, I'm logged into Black and White Network right now. Will the Matrix and Road show comments not show up in my StreamYard feed?
You can't see.
I thought I would see everybody. Because who did you mention?
Econ Ease over on the Matrix and Road show.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that did show up.
It did? Okay. All right. Because I was about to look over there. So
Lorenzo Antonio and Bryce Baxton just popped in too. So real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
Nice. Everybody smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Drop super chats. Man, it's been a while since I can't even remember what super chat was. It's been so long. Drop a super chat if you like. And also, we do have in the pinned comments on YouTube the Streamlabs donation as well. We got special sound bites for donations.
And channel memberships are available.
Yes.
Whatever platform you choose to use. Local, YouTube, Rumble, whatever. Go for it.
Yep. Rumble rants are available on Rumble as well. And if you become a member, you get access to the Friday streams. And we have those every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. What else I was going to mention also? Another house cleaning thing. What was I going to say? I can't
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, that too.
If this is your first time, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, we're new at this live streaming thing.
We really aren't, but we're rusty. Yeah.
Very rusty. Very, very rusty. I'm so rusty, man. I messed up setting up the Rumble stream. Man.
Well,
wish
again,
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Nobody's
perfect.
At first,
regardless of how many people tell me I am, I'm not perfect.
At first, I actually thought that, man, people actually listen to me because I was saying, man, we only have less than 2,000 followers on the network, on Black and White News on Rumble. I said, we need to get to 4,000. I look up, I was like, we got 4,000. Then I realized that's the sports channel. Oh, well. Nobody
it's all good. It's all good.
Yep. You were pointing some people out, Rhodes?
Oh, no. I got them in. I got everybody in. So
okay, you got everybody in. Good news.
I got everybody in.
Yeah. All right. Why is it, man, when I'm going live right now, my cat wants to be all over me right now? In a way.
I had one that wanted to be all over me too, and she actually got up here and laid down on my amp and my mic connection and everything and was sprawling on it. And all of a sudden, she pushed my box off while we were live a second ago, and I had to reach over and catch it. This was while the countdown was going. And I'm pointing at Melissa. We had to grab her and literally put her in a kennel because she just will not leave me alone lately at all. Like, she wants to be in my lap or on my back. Normally, she's black, and normally you guys see her on my back. But she has turned it up a whole notch. She's in like Glenn Close Fatal Attraction kind of land right now. Like, let me lay across your back or something, or I'll burn your house down. Yeah. And kill your rabbit.
Man. So, oh, man, that's something right there. Joe Purdue, did you mention Joe Bob being here?
I did. He was the first person. Yeah. In fact, he's bringing up Matthew Perry's passing. My God, yes, rest in peace. I've actually got a Matthew Perry story, and I put my stories over in the private chat. But we've got an update on his death, by the way.
Oh, we
That's
do.
fresh. That's fresh. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In
You want to
fact,
go ahead and talk about that?
We
Go ahead.
we could talk about it right
Go
now.
ahead, because I've not heard about it.
I could just go ahead and bring it up if I can remember what the hell I'm doing in here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yep. We got, because I wondered about this, and I'm sure many of you did too. He did not have fentanyl and or meth in his system at the time of his passing.
I remember them actually saying that they didn't find any drugs on the scene.
Well, they come out and said they didn't find any alcohol, they didn't find any drugs, but they didn't know if he had taken something like not, somewhere inside or somewhere else or any of that. So, TMZ broke the story that he did not have any fentanyl or meth in his system at all.
You want to know what I think actually got him? Well, we want me to tell you what I think actually got him? I don't even know what you're reading right now.
Yeah.
I think that after decades of abusing his body just gave out. That dude did some serious damage to his body, man.
He was a heavy drinker for a long time, and multiple times he tried to cure himself off the sauce, and he struggled with it very publicly, actually. He was trying to help other people beat it as well, but it sucked. When I saw that news, I got up. First thing I saw when I turned on the news in the morning, 4 a.m., I was like, oh, no. I mean, that's like, I was a huge Friends fan,
I never got into Friends.
It's kind of weird. All my friends were in the Friends, and, all the guys, I mean, Courtney Cox and Jennifer Aniston were, hotties back in the day, especially if you were like in your 20s and your early 30s. And
Jennifer Aniston still looks good.
Absolutely. The chemistry between Matt LeBlanc and Matthew Perry was fantastic on that show as best friends. And they just nailed it as far as what it was like to have, your buddy, your roommate, your ace that you always ran around with and had a good time with and whatever. Some of their conversations on that show was like, I've had that exact conversation with, some buddy or whatever, but it was a really damn good show. And of course, I guess it was the number one show for like, it and Seinfeld just alternated like being number one, the number one most watched show on television.
I just never watched it, man. I just never got into it.
You never watched the like TBS syndication or none of that? Because I've
Nope.
seen it. I've seen it probably like 3 times all the way through, like all 10 seasons, and part of that was because in much the same way that now the Big Bang Theory or 2.5 Men's on syndication, you kind of put it on in the background. That used to be what I did with Friends. I'd put it on in the background, just let it run. TBS would show like 7 episodes in a row or something like that,
right,
every afternoon or whatever. So anyway, yeah.
Right. We got a super chat here, Rhodes. Forrest sends $2 over there on Black and White Network.
Oh God. Where was Hillary?
Where was Hillary?
Anybody see Hillary? Yeah. Yeah. Was she around when his passing took place? Anybody?
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that donation. What should we? Let's do this one.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Speaking of Arnold, man. I love that scene. Speaking of Arnold, you heard what Arnold said about running for president? Well, he didn't say he was running for president because he can't, but he said that if he could, he would be. You think he can actually win and be president? I don't think he can win.
I don't either. Not now.
I don't think he can.
No.
He
if he could have run in like the 90s, yeah, I think he would have won. But now, not a chance. Because
No.
Look, I love Arnold, but he's exposed himself.
Yes.
And
But
that's
I will
his
say
problem.
this. I will say this. He reminded everybody why he's actually still a Republican. That's probably one major thing that actually really separates Republicans and Democrats. Crime. He's out there in LA. He's seen that. He's seen that shit, man. That place is a hellhole, man.
Well, there's one other thing with Arnold. Work ethic.
Oh yeah,
His work
he's a
ethic
hard
was
worker,
off
man.
He was off the charts. He talked about he attacked the current younger generation's lack of work ethic. He's been very vocal about that. So that's two things. Not that Democrats don't work, but I mean,
Well, think of this, man.
they don't. Some of them
young
don't
woke
look at it
people-
the way we do.
The young woke people would not like his movies. They would hate him.
No.
They would hate Terminator. They would hate Conan the Barbarian. They would hate True Lies. I mean, think of this. Would True Lies actually be made today? Do you think that movie would be made?
None of those.
Think of this.
action
A
movies
white
in the
guy,
80s and 90s
a white
would-
guy hunting down Islamic extremists. Do you think that would be made today?
What's the problem? I mean,
The Wolts would crush James Cameron if he made True Lies today.
Well, I mean, you got James Cameron talking about, I regret putting so many guns in Terminator. It's called the Terminator.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
moron. It's called the
Exactly.
Terminator. For crying out loud.
Exactly. It's
God.
called the Terminator. Oh, God.
But, Cameron did kind of foresee where we're going from a
With AI.
technological standpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's
Yeah.
he's working on a new Terminator movie about AI. Maybe. It'll be good if he's actually all in on it. He had nothing to do with that last Terminator movie, even though his name was attached to it.
What's going to be the name of the non-binary Terminator transgender? Did Leah Thomas get the part for the
I can't
AI Terminator?
like
in that?
Cameron to come out. He'll say some woke stuff, in the media. I don't believe he's ever put any wokeness in any of his movies. He's never done that. That last Avatar movie was really good. Not as good as the first one.
I
but
still
really
haven't
good.
seen it. I still haven't seen it.
It's good.
Yeah.
You can watch it. It's on Disney Plus, and also it's on
HBO. It's on HBO.
HBO
right
Max. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of them. Really good movie. It's a family movie. It's a family movie. That's what it's about. Family.
Boy, you don't see that much these
No.
days, do you?
No. Nope.
That Hollywood has terminated, for lack of a better way of putting it, the traditional family unit. That's been a priority between Christianity and the nuclear family, your traditional family. That's both things have been on Hollywood's hit list for quite some time now.
Yep.
Even before the wokeness, you could tell that there was sort of a move in a direction to sort of try to erase that from Hollywood. And as we can get to when we talk, because that Variety article today about Marvel was like, oh, Disney's
Oh, my
in
goodness.
serious shit.
Man, that news about Blade is just
Blade, that was a sight. That shit with them being so worried they're bringing the Avengers back, the original Avengers. I mean, they're screwed. They're having to get rid of the villain that they planned. Doctor Doom all of a sudden is going to become a thing. Disney has worked themselves into a massive bind. Everybody was right. Everybody, every fandom menace YouTuber ever that has called out Disney, Lucasfilm, and the post-Endgame MCU, tell us where we're wrong.
No,
Tell
not
us
wrong.
where we're wrong.
Think of this, man. I'm not the only one that said this. Star Wars is in such a bad place. It is so dead right now that Mike Zero is making Disney videos now. He's making videos on Gina Carano. He's making Rachel Zegler videos. That's when you know Star Wars is truly dead. And Mike Zero's killing it. He's getting a whole bunch of views.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Woke Snow White. Woke Snow White.
Yep.
That's delayed now, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Delayed.
And looks like the Seven Dwarves are back now.
Let me ask you a question. Since we're talking about Disney, what would it take for Disney to get your money back?
Ooh.
What do they need to do?
Now,
They got to fire everybody, right? I mean, just clean house.
I'm going to say this. I have Disney Plus, but I have Disney Plus because I actually review the content. That's the reason why I have it. If I was just a normie, no way in hell would I actually have Disney Plus. None.
Yeah, but when's the
On
last
my
time
personal
you actually
channel-
went to a theater to see a Disney movie?
Oh, man.
Endgame.
Endgame
right?
was probably the last one. Spider-Man doesn't count. That was Sony.
Endgame. It was
No, I'm lying.
Endgame.
I'm lying. I went to see the last Black Panther movie because I did a review on it.
Oh, you did? Was it
I did
good?
a review on it. No.
I can't even remember.
No.
Wow.
Black Panther with no Black Panther. Yeah, they should have recast.
I haven't
They
seen
needed T'Challa in the movie, man. They should have recast him. But you know what they did? They killed him off at the beginning. They basically took Chadwick Boseman's illness and put it into the movie. They didn't say exactly what he died of, but it was like a mysterious illness. I was like, why the hell would they do this? Now they had a very, very touching moment at the beginning. It was a great memorial to Chadwick Boseman. They did a good job on that. But the movie itself, nah. It wasn't horrible, but it really wasn't good either. It wasn't even close to the first one.
Well, that in itself is sort of the problem with Marvel now. Is there's a lot of meh, a lot of just like, what have I seen? I watched that. Was it Thor: Love and Thunder?
Oh, that was awful.
I watched it because Christian Bale was in it, and I'm a massive Christian Bale fan.
I am too. That movie was terrible.
It was like, wow, even Christian Bale had this sense of, I signed up to get a massive paycheck. That's what I got out of him.
Give me your honest answer on this. Which movie was worse, Thor: Love and Thunder or Captain Marvel?
Oh, Thor: Love and Thunder, I thought.
I think so too, man.
Yeah.
That movie was one of the worst MCU movies. And I'm not saying that Captain Marvel was good. But it was, I hate what they done to Thor, man. I hate what they have done to Thor. You know, Taika Waititi got fired now. He's no longer. They got rid of him.
They neutered it. Is he gone from the Lucasfilm crap too? Or is he still making a Star Wars movie? Supposedly,
he's in that Ryan Johnson world. Oh, I'm still working on it. He's in the Ryan Johnson camp, which means
you're not getting.
Which means
movie.
this shit ain't.
Gotcha.
No, this shit ain't happening, man. It ain't happening.
You're not getting a movie. Okay.
No.
Good.
No.
Yeah.
Of course not.
I did kind of surprisingly enjoy that first Thor he did, but I think it was a lot to do with Thor and the Hulk together. I kind of enjoyed that, having those two together. But
you talking about Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, maybe
I hated that movie. I did not like the humor in that at all, man. I hated Ragnarok.
I kind of enjoyed it. I hated it the first time I saw it, and then the second time I liked it. I was like, this is kind of good.
I didn't see what anybody saw in it.
So the MCU's a nightmare now. I mean,
it's a disaster, man.
Dude, when Variety is putting out articles about the crisis at Marvel and Disney, you're in a bind because Variety has made a living for the last, how long has it been since The Last Jedi came out?
2017? Yeah, so 6 years, huh?
Okay, so the Hollywood Reporter and Variety and most of these rags have made a living off of defending Disney ever since The Last Jedi. And when they're dropping articles that make Disney look like they are in a all-out crisis, it has officially got, they can't even cover it anymore. They're like, to hell with it. We'll write a hit piece on Disney. I mean, that's bad.
Hey, we might as well, since we're talking about this, might as well talk about Blade first. And then we can get to your article on the MCU. Then we'll get to Elon Musk. Look at this, man. I'm shocked that they were actually thinking about going this route right here. This is on CBR, but Variety has the whole thing. Blade was nearly made a supporting character in the MCU reboot. Not just a supporting character. He was like number 4 in his own movie. It was going to be a female lead in his own movie.
Are you sure it was going to be a female, or was it going to be like Dylan Mulvaney was going to be the star of the movie? I mean, let's be honest. What we're talking about here. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it wasn't just a female. It's not just a female. I'm sure. Was the female lesbian? Is that question mark? Just wondered.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably so.
I'm making a joke, but let's be honest. There's a criteria of boxes that must be checked.
Yeah. Let's get into this here. Marshall Ali's Blade was reportedly almost turned into a supporting character in his own movie. According to a report from Variety, the narrative of the highly anticipated Blade film, highly anticipated, really? Okay. At one point, mainly focused on several women and had life lessons crammed into it. In this version of the script, Ali's titular vampire was reportedly demoted to the 4th lead in the movie. This shocking story decision, along with significant departures and many delays, made Ali consider stepping down from the role of Blade. He should have quit. See, this is Disney, man, pushing their agenda.
Dude, Blade was a horror movie.
Yes.
I mean, it's not something. Look, if they wanted to make Blade, it should be pushed off on like Hulu or something, or you get that whatever that section is, that Fox section over there that made that will end up, I guess, doing Deadpool 3 or whatever it is. But Blade should be a horror movie, and it should be hardcore, and it should be. Well, there's no way in hell Wesley Snipes, in his current physical state, should not be playing the lead in this movie. I mean, he's
Wesley
still
Snipes is 60 years old
and phenomenally
still in great shape. I mean, he's a martial artist too.
Yeah, he can play. He can still play Blade, no problem.
But how in the world, man, were you going to focus on women? How did that even get brought up? That I don't understand that. How is Blade going to be the 4th character in his own movie? This movie was announced back in 2019?
Who's starring in it with him? Like, is
I don't
Brie
even
Larson
know.
in it, or Tessa Thompson, or somebody like that?
Is the script being finished?
I guess they can't even bring those two in because they're technically part of Marvel, and the MCU might cross over. So they're going to have to find another woke actress. Wait, 3 of them to come in and star. Maybe Rachel Zegler will be in Blade. That's perfect, right there. I solved.
Yep.
I solved a massive casting issue for them. I guarantee that I will not see this by casting somebody like her in there. Wow.
Look at this here. Reports that Ali has been frustrated with the Blade script go back to September 2022, when industry insider Jeff Snyder claimed that the acclaimed actor believed the film's story to be weak. In March 2023, Snyder once again reported on the behind-the-scenes setbacks that continuously played Blade's pre-production process. In other words, I don't think they even started shooting this thing, revealing that Ali requested script changes all the time for several months. I don't think they've actually started.
No, I don't think.
Shooting
I think
this
it's in pre-production. It's my understanding they haven't rolled cameras or nothing on this thing.
Well, of course, the actors on strike now too. So,
well,
it's set Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's set for September 6, 2024. Oh, it got delayed to February 2025. Yikes. This is a disaster, man.
Oh, how bad is this thing going to bomb?
Man.
This sounds like some DOA action.
Now, apparently they scrapped this. They scrapped that story and they got new writers or something. But for the mere fact that that story was even considered, lets me know, man, this movie's going to be a disaster. I mean, they were putting Blade as the fourth character in his own movie.
Look at it this way, and I'm sort of an apologist for Blade Trinity, but let's keep it real. Just because it was Blade and Wesley Snipes, I'm an apologist, but let's keep it real.
I didn't like that movie.
They kind of they tried to somewhat take the focus off of Blade in that movie with Jessica Biel, Ryan Reynolds, Triple H was in it, that other guy that actually played Dracula or whatever his name was, and it just happened to turn out to be the worst one out of the three. So there's your template for, de-emphasizing the main character. I mean, that character is so good. Blade 2's freaking awesome.
I like Blade 2.
Yeah, it's really good.
But Blade 1, man, that movie right there was a game changer, man.
It's historic.
It's
historic.
That movie's so good, man. I got it on my Prime video set of digital videos. I love that movie, man. It still holds up.
It's in the. I think it's in my. You know what? In fact, it may be in my top 3 horror action crossover movies ever. Like, it's in some rare company, because number 1 in that list for me would be Aliens, the sequel to Alien. Okay.
Yeah.
As like a horror action crossover movie. But I think Blade's got a case for number 2. Really and truly. Blade's got a case for number 2. Terminator
horror,
would be the other
I'm about to say
one.
Terminator, yeah.
But it's in that kind of like rarefied air, and Stephen Dorff was
Deacon Frost, man, he killed it.
A monster. He killed it in that movie. He's one of the greatest villains ever.
Yep.
Yep. He's a damn good actor that doesn't get enough play either, by the way.
Yep. We got a super chat here from Econ Ease. I believe this is on the Matrix and Roadshow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, actually, the next 2 are from the Matrix and Roadshow. Yeah, so good job. Says, yes, they stripped Thor of his glory. And how about Tom Cruise for this one? Tom Cruise?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about?
I'm not sure what he's talking about as far as Tom Cruise goes, but he's saying they neutered Thor, so
yeah,
he's not wrong. They stripped Thor of his his manhood. Let's put it that way.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Breaking news: Brittany Griner cast as Thor in future Marvel movies.
Oh my goodness! All right, appreciate that. So we're gonna give you this one.
I love black people. I love black people. Who's the motherfucker, Jerry? You, my motherfucker. What you gonna do, Jerry? Show me the money.
I think he was probably talking about. Oh yeah, I think he was saying. I think he wanted us to play Tom Cruise, like I did on that clip. I believe that's what he was talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Connor Akers also over here on the Matrix and Roadshow for $5. All the super chats coming from the Matrix and Roadshow. Have you seen Flavor Flav's national anthem rendition? Yeah, I did see it. Yeah. And I got to be honest, man, he wasn't that bad. He's not a singer, but I think he did okay.
Oh, I cringed bad.
I mean,
cringed.
I'm not saying it was great, but
it wasn't Carl Lewis, but it was pretty bad. It was.
I mean, to say he's not a singer and he goes out there on national TV and sings, it wasn't bad. If he was a professional, then yeah.
I think he was trying to get it right. I would give him. I don't think he had any intention to try to butcher it. He was trying to get it right, but there were still some serious rough spots in it. It was.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but I think he did way better than what I would have thought he would have did. So
Yeah, he's not a singer. I mean,
no, he's not a singer, man. He's a rapper.
Yeah, well,
classic
he's not even a rapper. He's a hype man for one of the greatest rap groups
boy.
ever. Yeah, here come the drums. Yeah, oh man, man, when Chuck D hit that, here come the drums, I was like, oh shit, man, what? Here we go. Yeah.
Appreciate that donation.
I shouldn't. Do it.
Oh man, love that movie.
You should do it, Anakin. You should.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it. Atomic Tabasco also over here in the Matrix and Road Show. Matrix and Road Show showing out on the super chats here. We got 20 people over there watching too. For $10. Thanks for all you guys do. Well, we appreciate it. Appreciate you supporting us. Let's see what I got right here. Which one? Oh, I know it. I know Rhodes wants me to do this one.
If I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
Rocky IV. Rocky IV. Love Rocky IV.
Absolutely. By the way, we got a couple more people over in the Rumble chat. Dan the Man 1998 and Chevy Levi are in the house over there.
Thank you. And Chevy Levi says Black and White finally embracing Rumble. Actually, we mirror all of our videos on Rumble. When we go live, we do go live on Rumble as well. But this one here is a mistake. It was supposed to be on the network channel and not the sports channel. I believe when I set it up, I was logged into the sports channel over there instead of Black and White News. So it happens. It happens. All right. You want to talk about Marvel as a whole, Rhodes? You got an article for that?
Yeah, I do. I do have an article. Let's do it. Let me get over here.
And by the way, before I forget, anybody that's watching this on Spotify while he's pulling that up, consider becoming a monthly supporter over on Spotify. We actually upload our Friday streams over there to Spotify just for these subscribers over there. So,
okay, so get this. Yeah, they put out this article, Crisis at Marvel. Oh, so good. And evidently Kevin Feige, and we all know he's over Marvel, the MCU, and a group of Marvel creatives assembled in Palm Springs for the studio's annual retreat. Most years the vibe would be confident, even cocky, given the premier Super Bowl brand, owned by Disney since 2009, has remade the entertainment business, but this occasion was angst-ridden. Trouble in paradise. Everyone at Marvel was reeling from a series of disappointments on screen, a legal scandal involving one of its biggest stars, and questions about the viability of the studio's ambitious strategy to extend the brand beyond movies into streaming. The most pressing issue to be discussed at the retreat was what to do with Jonathan Majors, the actor who was poised to carry the next phase of the MCU, but instead is headed to a high-profile trial in New York later this month on domestic violence charges. Well, if this was DC, they would just keep rolling, because let's see what they did with Ezra Miller. The actor insists he is the victim, but the damage to his reputation is done. The chance he could lose the case has forced Marvel to reconsider. He's Kang the Conqueror. So now they're looking at having to pivot over to Doctor Doom. This is crazy. As the next major villain. And I want to scroll down. I want to try to find, quote, this was one of the top deal makers. Marvel is truly effed with the whole Kang angle, says one top deal maker who has seen the final Loki episode. Yeah, Kang's in the Loki series, in
Really?
the finale. Yeah.
I have not watched Loki.
I haven't either.
Man.
And they haven't had an opportunity to rewrite until very recently because of the strike. But I don't see a path to how they move him forward. Beyond the bad press for majors, the brain trust at Marvel is grappling with the November release of The Marvels, a sequel to the 2019 blockbuster Captain Marvel. Well, okay, I'm not going to click over here, but I'm going to read you a headline from Breitbart that ties in. Disney's The Marvel is tracking for the lowest pre-sales in years.
Yep.
Yeah. This is all unprecedented turn of fortune for a company that enjoyed a nearly uninterrupted string of hits that, of course, started with Iron Man, ended with Endgame. Replicating the kind of phenomenon is never easy. However, a source of Marvel's current troubles can be traced back to 2020. They're going to try to blame this on COVID right here. That's when the COVID pandemic ushered in a mandate to help boost Disney's stock price with an endless torrent of interconnected Marvel content for the studio's fledgling streaming platform.
Fledgling.
Disney
yeah.
Plus. Oh, a life.
How long
That
did-
sounds.
It's
That's
been
a life
4 years
support
now.
statement. Yeah. Yeah. That's a life support statement. Remember, they were supposed to have like 100 million subs by now, and I think they're literally hemorrhaging subscribers every
They
quarter
lost 4
now.
million, I believe. I think that was mainly from India, though.
They're losing them here, too. According to the plan,
Oh, yeah.
there would never be a lapse in superhero fare with either a film in the theaters or the new television streaming series at any given point. So it gets desperate. Let's see, they're pumping out a lot of content. I'm trying to find the part where they're literally talking about bringing back the old Avengers. It is in here. Nonetheless, they're thinking about they're having to bring back Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Alive now, not
Yeah.
to my knowledge, not some kind of multiverse thing or any of that. They're figuring out how they can bring them back.
Well, you got to
Like-
bring
like-
back Chris Evans as Captain America, too.
Yeah.
But if they do that, then the Wolves are going to be pissed off because Sam Wilson won't be Captain America anymore.
Well, here's also another problem they got. You did give us a really good ending to those characters in Endgame. So if you bring them back, which I contend they never should have killed them off or moved them
Nope.
on or whatever. They should have kept rolling with them. But they gave us a good ending with those characters. You run the risk of Jake Skywalker or Han Soloing or insert murdered, crucified Star Wars character here. You run the risk of ruining what was once a great ending to a franchise, a la, we all know how great Return of the Jedi is, and look where we stand with
Yeah.
Star Wars now.
Right.
They could bring those characters back and ruin their legacies.
True. But they could bring back Captain America. You got to remember, he's the one that went and returned the stones. It took him forever. We don't know what he was doing. I'm pretty sure he probably faced some battles, returning the stones.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They could give us some in between. But look, they need to, if they're going to do this, don't you think they got to figure out how to bring, I'm going to tell you, here's their problem. Here's their problem. One of Marvel's greatest stories involving this Avengers bunch is something they've been trying to set up, but they screwed themselves. One of the greatest comic runs in the 80s was Secret Wars, okay? And that's where they've been hoping to take this, is to do Secret Wars on the big screen. Well, hell yeah, that'd be great. Venom, all these characters, the X-Men heading towards Secret Wars. But you got rid of Chris Evans, and you got rid of Robert Downey Jr., and you got rid of Scarlett Johansson. You got all those characters were in the Secret Wars series. All right? Well, what are you going to do? Because that was your most popular guys and girls, whatever. But you get the point. Secret Wars is not Secret Wars if you've got your best people sidelined for the storyline. You screwed yourself right there.
Yep.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. I think they're going to try to bail themselves out with X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but if you woke that up and you fill it with identity politics, That's going to suck, and then you're
Yeah.
going to ruin that property too. All right? They're in a lot of trouble.
I heard they're trying to bring back Ian McKellen as Magneto too. I don't know. He's like 80-something years old.
Yikes. I don't know how it works. I mean, I saw where, of course, we're getting Hugh Jackman back in Deadpool,
Yeah.
you know, as Wolverine. But, look, I asked you a question earlier. What would it take you to get you brought back to Disney? It's got to be a creative house cleaning.
Man. You know
It's gotta
what
be a
my main
creative house
concern?
cleaning.
My main concern is Star Wars. I'm definitely a Star Wars fan. Not so much a Marvel fan. When you mess up Star Wars, man, I mean, what they did, man, to Luke hurt. That shit fucking hurt, man. That really hurt what they did to Luke. And watching, did you finish Ahsoka, by the way?
No.
Man,
No.
the Force is female, and I like Ahsoka the character, man, but really my concern is what they did with Sabine. All of a sudden now, she has no Force powers. Yeah, I'm spoiling it. I don't give a shit. Sabine all of a sudden has the Force, and then she goes full God mode. It's bullshit. That's not the way the Force works.
They're on the most basic level. Lucasfilm has failed at storytelling.
There's no storytelling.
There is no storytelling. There is no honoring traditions past, the rules. And look, I don't give a shit what they want to say. George Lucas laid out a blueprint for how Star Wars is supposed to be handled and how certain things involving Star Wars is supposed to be handled. You had no business acquiring this franchise if you were not willing to honor that blueprint. Was there any... There's no other IP where canon is so important than Star Wars.
Yes.
No other IP. And once you make once you pollute or dilute, probably a better way of putting it, your canon, you've ruined your franchise. So until you clean house creatively and you decide to, I'm sorry, you've got to scrap what you've just did. It didn't work.
They got to retcon the whole damn thing.
You've got to be willing to follow a page, and I'll give, the one thing I'll do is I'll give horror movies, and you know I love horror movies. I love them. The one thing I will give to horror movies, if there's something in canon in horror movies they don't like, or if they feel like they fucked it up or they didn't like the direction of a series, a horror franchise will pivot in a minute. They don't give a shit. Movies 4 through 6 never even happened. To hell with it. We're going back to Halloween 2 or whatever, but you get my point.
Yeah.
And they've got to be willing to walk away from that sequel trilogy and everything involved.
They don't want to, man. All roads, even in Mandalorian season 3, they had Huck's father in it. Everything is leading in. I found out something too on the Ahsoka show. One of the men on the council, he's actually the father of somebody from Star Wars Resistance, which nobody watched. Yeah, the Asian guy, the asshole on the council.
Star Wars what?
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Resistance? I forgot that even existed.
Nobody watched it, man. Nobody watched it. That was a direct tie to The Force Awakens. Yeah.
I totally forgot that even existed.
Yeah. Nobody watched it.
You've got to creatively get rid of everybody. And
Check it out. You know, Star Wars Theory, he watches everything. He said he never watched Resistance. And he's a Star Wars channel.
and going back to Marvel, look, I would have no issues if they wanted to keep Kevin Feige, but he's got to creatively change his direction back to what it was prior to.
Yeah.
Because he's made a point to dive face first right into this identity
Dude,
politics
he
thing.
told you they were going woke after Endgame. He told you what they were going to do.
Yeah. It
Man.
does not equal dollars, Disney.
No.
That doesn't happen. Look, those people that pretend to be outraged on Twitter are the same losers that are causing chaos in, New York right now, pulling down posters. Is that who the hell you want your fan base to be? Because that's who it is. Is those morons in those universities, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Okay. Lowest common denominator shit. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, that's right down our alley right there. That question.
And I saw this here. Can y'all talk 2000 Smallville for like 1 minute? Just tell me where it lands in your worth watching before I die list.
If you're not careful,
Smallville.
we're liable to talk it for 60 minutes. If you
Smallville is amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
So good.
I love it, man.
I do too.
It's the best thing out of from start to finish. It's the best thing out of the CW. Now, with that being said, Arrow season 2 is the best out of all of them. But we know how Arrow finished. It was terrible at the end. Smallville was great from beginning, the first season to the last.
10 seasons, actors and characters that I promise you know and you care about. There's going to be moments in Smallville where when it happens, you're going to be like, possibly I can think of, there are different moments throughout that series that would leave you speechless, especially if you're fans of old DC. Let's put it that way. Michael Rosenbaum, my favorite Lex Luthor ever. I think my favorite Lex ever.
Julian Sands as Jor-El.
Great. He's great.
Yeah.
Julian Sands is great. It is a fantastic show. Yes, it's episodic, and yes, there's going to be some episodes that are going to be lesser than another one.
Yeah, of course.
I will tell you this as well. The last 3 minutes of that series.
Oh, it's so good.
Is one
so
of the
good.
greatest moments in the history of anything I've ever consumed. Ever. I love it. It's in our intro, for crying out loud.
And when Christopher Reeve shows up in, how many episodes was he in? Like 3? He takes over, man. You just glued to him. You're like, man, that's Superman. Even though he's not playing Superman, he's playing Dr. Virgil Swan. But when he talks, he's Superman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good show. And I can tell you this, there was a time when we would do streams on this channel, and you might look up and me and John spent 47 minutes on Smallville in that stream, because that's just where we would go. Yeah. Also, he's right about Arrow season 2. It is the best.
So damn good, man.
It's the best singular season of comic book television ever. That one season.
Yeah.
Arrow season 2. Daredevil season 1 is my runner up, but boy, it's good. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else I was gonna say about that?
We probably lost 30 viewers talking Smallville.
Hey, brought it up, man. Brought it up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Elon Musk, man. We need to talk about Elon, because
yeah.
Elon was on with Joe Rogan, and he talked about a man that's just so despicable, and the left loves this man. This is a man that actually helped Nazis hunt down Jews. And I'm talking about George Soros. People may not know this, man, but when it came to World War II, there was actually Jews working for the Nazis, and they would actually round up, be friendly with other Jews, only to get them captured.
Yeah.
George Soros is one of them. And what George Soros is doing to these major cities, man, George Soros is the reason why San Francisco is a shithole. L.A. You wonder why crime isn't prosecuted? It's because George Soros, man.
He's got a massively long list of Democratic radical district attorneys, assistant district attorneys, mayors. He's helped governors in these radical states. You know, Jenny Durkin, Ted Wheeler, Kim Fox, George Gascon. I mean, the list could keep. Fannie Willis, I'm pretty sure he had
Fannie
a hand
Willis
in
is,
her.
Yep.
He is
Alvin
a
Bragg.
real life, Alvin Bragg, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. That man is the devil, man. He is the devil. But pay attention to what Elon Musk has said. Let's listen to this.
One often hears of the sort of George Soros boogeyman, but I mean, Soros actually, he is, I believe, the top contributor to the Democratic Party. The second one was Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
So, and Soros, I don't know. I mean, he had a very difficult upbringing, in my opinion, he fundamentally hates humanity. That's my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, he's doing things that erode the fabric of civilization.
And by the way, guys, Rogan's dressed up like that because it was Halloween.
No, he's dressed up like a guy that was dressed up as him a couple of weeks at a baseball game.
Oh, okay.
Getting DAs elected who refuse to prosecute crime. That's part of the problem in San Francisco and LA and much of other cities. So why would you do that?
Was it humanity, or is it just the United States as a whole? I mean,
he's pushing things in other countries too, not
doing
just
the
here.
same thing.
Yeah. Now, George at this point is pretty old. I mean, he's not. He's basically a bit senile at this point. But I mean, he's very smart. And he's very good at arbitrage. Famously, he shorted the British pound. That's sort of how I think he made his first money, was shorting the pound. So he's good at spotting, basically arbitrage, like spotting value for money that other people don't see. So one of the things he noticed was that that the value for money in local races is much higher than it is in national races. So the lowest value for money is a presidential race. Then next lowest value for money is a Senate race, then a Congress, and but once you get to sort of city and state district attorneys, the value for money is extremely good. And Soros realized that you don't actually need to change the laws, you just need to change how they're enforced. If nobody chooses to enforce the law, or the laws are differentially enforced, it's like changing the laws. That's what he figured out.
But it's what's stunning that this trend, that people haven't pulled the brakes on this and have it reverse course.
I'm pulling the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulling the brakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What stuck out to me, man, he said Soros realizes that he doesn't need any laws changed. He just needs the laws not to be enforced.
Yeah. Yeah.
That says a lot right there.
Or even scarier, it's one thing to say all the laws aren't going to be enforced a certain way. It's even scarier when laws are enforced differently based on who you are.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Rhodes.
You know what I mean? That's oh, well, you're willing to prosecute this guy for this reason, and it's not even a reason related to the crime. It's a reason related to who they are, whether it's they're a straight white male, whether it's their political affiliations. You know how this goes.
Right.
But yet this person can get off scot-free, and in fact, they just turnstile them into they don't even see the jail. They just process them and then turnstile them right back out on the streets. You see a lot of that, of course, in Seattle, San Francisco, Chicago, L.A., Atlanta, Democratic-run cities, New York. Yeah.
Well, Rhodes, I'm glad you brought that up, because this is the second part right here. Joe Rogan and Elon Musk say the woke mind virus is destroying civilization. And I believe in this clip, Elon actually talks about San Francisco and like the reason why he actually bought Twitter. This may be on this clip here. So listen to this.
You've owned X for a year now.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and have a dream that you didn't do it? And your life is infinitely easier?
Well, it's certainly a recipe for trouble, I suppose, or contention.
What was it ultimately that led you to make the decision to do it?
I mean, this is going to sound somewhat melodramatic, but I was worried about that it was having a corrosive effect on civilization. That it was just having a bad impact. I think part of it is that it's where it was located, which is downtown San Francisco. And while I think San Francisco is a beautiful city, and we should really fight hard to kind of right the ship of San.
It used to be a beautiful city, Elon.
It used to be.
Yeah.
Francisco. If you've walked around downtown San Francisco, right near the FK Twitter headquarters, it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's rough. Have you been in that area?
Not lately. No.
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's crazy.
I've heard it's crazy. I've heard you really can't believe it until you actually go there.
You can't believe it until you go there. So now you have to say, well, what philosophy led to that outcome? And that philosophy was being piped to Earth. So, a philosophy that would be ordinarily quite niche and geographically constrained, so that the fallout area would be limited, was effectively given an information weapon, information technology weapon to propagate what is essentially a mind virus to the rest of Earth. And the outcome of that mind virus is very clear if you walk around the streets of downtown San Francisco. It is the end of civilization.
Wow.
Wow.
I wonder if they have the other clip here too, because he was actually going on more about how Twitter was really run by far left.
I know
he was
where
talking
you're going.
about that.
I saw the clip.
Yeah.
He said that from if you wanted to have almost like a seesaw scale and put a percentage on it, or weight it somehow, it was 10 times pro-Democrat to 1 time pro-Republican. In other words, the Democrats had 10 times the amount of influence. They were given, infinitely more ability to spread their propaganda, their lies, their political views, et cetera, versus anybody on the right side. Which, when you look at it from that standpoint, well, that's the ability to do what, John? Influence presidential elections.
Yeah. Yeah. He even said at the time that that the old Twitter was pretty much an arm of the Democrat Party.
Absolutely.
He said that
of the Democrat Party.
I mean, he said these people at Twitter was so far left that when he comes in, the mainstream media and all these people, they want to pander to that far left. So any change to them is going to be far right. Anything.
He said
anything is far right to the far left.
He said a moderate viewpoint was considered far right.
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
remember
Because
him
they are
saying
so
that,
far
too.
left.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were straight up communists.
We got to remember, I know there's a lot of people, on our side of the political fence. They can't stand Bill Maher. Okay, fine. If you don't like Bill Maher, that's fine. But look
to the
at
woke,
how
they consider him far right.
They think he's a white supremacist.
He's not a white supremacist, though. He's not a Trumper.
They think he's a white supremacist now because he calls
out the wokes.
They go to war with him when he does a real time on Saturday morning. It is Bill Maher trending for six hours with the radical left trying to cancel Bill Maher. And that's Bill Maher is a lefty. He's a lefty. But he's
just not woke.
He's right. And combine that with his vision and ideals around COVID, which they can't stand because he's much more like RFK Jr. than your typical Democrat, right?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet. This is my guess, man. He's probably going to vote for RFK Jr.
Bill Maher?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet.
I would guess so. Yeah.
Rogan, I'm thinking Rogan is going to vote Trump. He may not come out and say it, but I think he's going to vote Trump.
Yeah, I think he will too. Yeah, I do too.
Yep. We got a super chat here from Lewis for $1.99 on, I believe this is Black and White Network. Says, thanks, fellas, keep doing God's work. Well, we appreciate your donation. And let's drop this one.
You guys, you're done.
Yeah. I think that's all the super chats too, by the way. Let me check on Streamlabs. Let me check Streamlabs here. Just to double check.
Come on.
No, we're all good. We're all good. We're all caught up. Man, this is the fastest hour, man. We're already an hour and 10 minutes in. It felt like we've been on here for 30 minutes.
I know it.
Huh. Now, I haven't seen that cat before.
Yeah, because this is a rescue that found us.
Oh, new cat.
Instead of the other way around. He just got fixed yesterday. He just got neutered yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And he's doing a lot better than he was this time yesterday. Let's put it that way. Yesterday was a bad day for him.
Gotcha.
He literally, and trust me, I've lived here a good long while, several years, and he just literally wandered up. Like Braxton found him downstairs, in between the storage buildings. And for a little cat like that to have wandered off by himself and have survived, and just happen to come across people that rescued cats and dogs, how lucky did that cat get? I mean, he couldn't have ended up in a better situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Interesting. Can we admit that Jason Whitlock was 1,000% right about Dion? I know he's been critical of Dion lately, but I don't know all of it.
Me neither. I don't know everything. I guess, all the glitz and the flash and all that other stuff, and then his players get their jury stolen. But I got to be honest, man, his players do flash their jury. His son, Shador, was flashing his gold watch on the field and everything. That's going to put a target on you. And where were they playing at? Sure. They were playing right outside of L.A., where crime is not prosecuted. They ain't getting their money back. I don't think they're getting their money back.
Oh, they're not getting nothing back.
No.
You can forget that.
No.
He ain't getting nothing. I'll give him credit for calling out the NC2A. He wants the NC2A to reimburse him. I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
What they're going to have to do, man, Colorado have their own security, stay around the lockers, Now, are there not any locks on those lockers? I'm curious about that. Like, you go to the gym, I'm pretty sure, like, when you go to the gym, you lock your stuff up, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they have, like, open lockers or something like that.
Where's the security at for the Rose Bowl? Where's that at?
It's L.A., man.
I mean, really? You didn't have nobody around the locker room? I mean, you got future NFL first-round picks in that locker room. Nobody there? I mean, I don't get it. What kind of place are y'all running out there exactly?
Yeah. Man.
I don't know.
You know what, Rhodes, since we actually got one, we got put it up on we're actually live on a Rumble channel on sports. Here's something we need to talk about then. Chris Broussard. You heard about the controversy with him, right?
No, I did not. I saw his name earlier today, but I did not look to see what it was.
Okay. James Harden got traded to the Clippers now. And ever since James Harden left Houston, man, he has been a headache, it seems, for teams. His weight got a little big. I don't believe he's really ever truly got back to his weight he was with the Rockets. But he got traded. And
Right.
Chris Broussard, I believe this is on First Things First, came out and said that James Harden was retarded. Then he actually stopped himself. He said, hey, I shouldn't use that word.
Oh,
He's getting
Lord.
crushed.
I'm sure. Yeah.
He is getting
this,
crushed.
In this day and time, nobody's got the ability to,
Yeah.
decipher what somebody's trying to say or, context.
Yeah.
Come on. Nobody's talking about somebody that's.
This would be a non-story back in the 90s, man. How many
Dude.
times when we were kids, they said, oh, man, you're being retarded.
3,000 times in my life.
Nobody took
3,000
offense to
times.
it.
3,000 times have I. Yeah.
Nobody took offense to it.
Nobody thought twice about it.
Yeah. But now, listen into this right here. Okay? Now, this is from Awful Announcing right here. Chris Broussard had a really unfortunate way of describing the James Harden trade on First Things First and offered an almost immediate and stunning apology. Listen in.
He's going to milk it. It's not going to work well.
Nick, is the man retarded? I mean,
shouldn't use that word, but sure.
Developmentally disabled?
Sure.
To think that he is going to go to the Clippers where they have Kawhi Leonard as the number one option, Paul George is the number two, and still Russell Westbrook there, and think that he's going to shoot 25 times a night?
Listen, I didn't know what you were going to say today. I'm shocked. This is not going to work.
Let me apologize for using that word.
Oh.
I have my first cousin. We just put him to. He died a few months ago, a month or two ago. He was developmentally disabled, so I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's been catching a whole bunch of heat for that.
Look. Everyday folks behind the scenes, they're still using this all the time. There, I said it.
Yeah.
They're still saying this all the time.
Yeah.
There, I said it all the time. All the time. All the time. It still happens. In 2023, on 11/1/2023, normal people, everyday life that have the ability to decipher and make intelligent choices and understand what people really mean. Yeah, they still use this all the time. So, I mean, stop it. It's ridiculous. Come on.
This should be a non-story, man. But he knew that they were going to
non-story.
crush him, so he apologized like almost immediately. I don't believe he had anything to apologize for.
No, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have the wokes digging into whether he actually had a mentally disabled family member / cousin. They will start looking into that.
I don't even know why he even brought that up.
No,
he shouldn't
because
even brought that up.
It had a lot of the racist Democrat. I got a black friend. It had a little of that in there.
I got a
It had a
retarded
little of
cousin.
that in there.
and we buried him. He died.
So you can't ask him. He gone.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh,
Man.
jeez.
That is just pretty
I see your comment. Yeah. Who are you referring to? Obviously the child. Not me.
man.
It happens.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
as soon as it come out of his mouth.
all words are going to be banned anyway. All words will be banned eventually soon.
If you could literally see words come out of somebody's mouth, I mean, that come out and you could feel him trying to pull the word back in.
Yeah.
If he can reach out and grab the word and It was hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's even more hilarious that we're in a time where people have just got to get strung out about everything, and that's what it is. And so much of this outrage is fake. The very people that are upset talk like this behind the scenes, and they don't tell anybody. And then they get realize?
Do they realize what NBA players actually say on the court?
Oh shit!
I mean, it's pretty bad what they say on the court. I mean, calling somebody retarded, that's probably like the cleanest thing ever that's been said on the court. Remember Last Dance? Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. I remember some people got upset because there was that clip of because Larry Bird was coaching the Pacers, and this is after the game. I believe the Bulls beat him, and then Michael Jordan was right there, and Larry Bird and him are boys and everything. They were cursing at each other, and I think Michael Jordan said, "Fuck you, hoe bitch," and they were just laughing at each other. And then Woj lost their mind from that clip in The Last Dance.
It's ridiculous. But there's wokes online that think Larry Bird's racist for why, I don't know. But I've seen that be a thing at times.
Oh, God. Larry Bird's not racist, man.
By the way, for a league that is supposed to be so socially in tune, they let that N-word pop off on the court
a lot.
Air day, all day.
Nobody gets a technical foul for dropping the N-word.
At all. And isn't it the same very players that are outraged every time somebody is caught rapping that word when they're listening to some rap song?
I've heard it so many times on the NBA court when I actually used to watch NBA games, because NBA games are live. I mean, the mics can just pick up stuff. I've heard a lot. I'm pretty sure you have too, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the Anthony Mason, Larry Johnson Knicks days and all that, I mean, forget about it.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I've heard a King get cursed out by his players one time, like if a King made a bad pass. I remember Sam Cassell got pissed off at him one time. He was like, "Damn, Dream."
I can tell you back in the day, I can remember them, especially like in the 90s when they started getting the microphones where they were picking more up on the court and this and that and the other. They used to drop that F word, and what I mean is the F word that has to do with the LGBTQ community. They used to call each other that in a minute, right out on the court in front of everyone. They would shut down the whole arena right now and bring in a CSI unit if that happened now.
Right.
They would, oh my God, just stop the game and just give up.
Yeah, man. All right. Anything else, Rhodes, or that's going to wrap it up?
Negative, Ghost Rider. I'm going to eat some fried chicken right after I take my dog down.
All right. We appreciate everybody coming out. We're going to try to do this, I guess. Today's Wednesday anyway, so remember live stream is on Friday. So I guess Monday, we're going to do this again. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
On the right channel, too.
Yeah.
On the right channel. All right, guys. Peace. We're out.
Till next time.